Hello, fellow Kenyans. Once again, this is Fidel bringing to you deep political analysis, discussing things that are unforeseeable and things that are foreseeable. But all this in the name of making us be able to have a better understanding of our political machinations and how our country is taking the path of politics in a way that is unprecedented. In any case, all of us have been witnesses of the dynamics that are quickly shifting. We are having new alignments every day. You know, the enemies of yesterday are the friends of today, and the enemies of today will be probably the enemies of the friends of tomorrow. And that is the vicious cycle of our politics as a country. We have also seen that the truth of today is a lie of tomorrow, and a lie of yesterday is a truth of today. So basically, we have reduced our politics to be politics of convenience. A very competent person today will be the most incompetent tomorrow because they stopped serving the interests of the master. For me, it is disturbing. The best candidate now will stop being the best candidate tomorrow. And the best candidate of yesterday is the worst candidate of today, and vice versa. And the trend is a worrying trend. I dare say today that if you want to become the worst version of a human being, then become a politician. I go again. If you want to become the worst version of a human being, then just become a politician. Essentially, I am saying that politicians are the worst version of people ever to exist on earth. And the reason is very simple. They will never be honest. They will never speak the truth. They will never be problem solvers. They will always blame each other. They will always play victims. They will always pretend to solve our problems. They will always pretend to understand and therefore give a promise of solving the problem, but they will never solve them because that does not serve their interests. Solving problems do not solve, or rather, do not satisfy their interests. That is the tragedy of our politics as a country. We went for the elections of 2022, and it was decided as it was decided. We were told that Ruto was a thief then, and we were told that Raila is a mganga then, and the lord of poverty. Today, is it possible that the thief and the mganga have decided to bury the hatchet and come together? Has the mganga bewitched the thief? Or has the thief stolen anything from the mganga? It is flabbergasting. The status of our politics is in disarray. It is not principled. It is not premised on any principle whatsoever. We are just running a country just for the sake of running it, consolidating power. And you know that can never be spoken of a country that wants to grow. then how then could you accuse your neighbor of stealing your cow and at the time of your convenience decide to go and borrow your neighbor permission to milk the cow, which you said was used and the neighbor stole from you? Does it make sense? For me, it doesn't make sense. We must therefore redefine our politics. And then there's this song which people keep on saying that, politics here, politics there. Come on, give us a break. We cannot have politics that is devoid of morals. We cannot have politics that is devoid of character. We can't have. It is the height of demagogism. It is the height of social hegemony. We cannot classify a society in terms of the haves and the have-nots. We can't. And what the politicians are doing, the politicians are simply coalescing. They're just coming together because they have noticed that these Kenyans, these citizens, are united against us. So we can always just come together. So today we are having a war between the leaders, the political leaders, and the wananchi. That is the major reason why they seem to be coming together. Just to continue to mutilate, just to continue to rape, just to continue to destroy and kill the social fabric that is seeming to be, holding Kenyans together. Kenyans are on their own, and that is for everyone to see. There is no promise of a bright future. There is no promise of a better tomorrow. There is no promise. And the problem is not William Ruto, and the problem is not Raila Odinga, and the problem cannot be pinned down to a single person. It is a systematic problem. It is the software that has formed our country. William Ruto came on board, he found that system. What I don't know is how difficult is it to kill that system, because that system is what must die. When the system dies, then Kenya will be a free nation. But until we kill that system, that invisible system that seems to control everything that concerns our country, we are not going anywhere. We must kill it. We have to do it. What the generation called Generation Z has done is to become the eye opener, is simply to open our eyes and help us to see things from a different perspective. That there is a system, that there's a way of doing things that has denied our people the rights to enjoy, to be citizens of Kenya. There is a way in which a system, systems immemorial, has been used to sideline, to malign, to jeopardize, to discriminate, to lock out Kenyans from enjoying the feel of being Kenyans and enjoying the fruits of being Kenyans. Because we all know that Kenyans are one of the most hardworking citizens in the world. Very hardworking. But when it comes to sharing of the national resources, when it comes to enjoying that portion of their citizenry, is what now becomes a challenge. And that is what we must diffuse. That is what has to be dissected. That is what has to be dealt with. It is not a problem of a single politician. It is a diagnosis of the entire political terrain. It is the entire political system. It is the entire body politic of our country that is ailing. And we must deal with it. And we have no option. We have to. Because then if we don't, it will not matter who becomes president. It will not matter who becomes the cabinet secretary. It won't matter who becomes an MP. It won't matter who the governor is. It won't matter who the senator is. It will not matter. Unless as citizens we make a deliberate decision to slay the dragon, come on, we will always be here. We will always have the same problems. Reverend again, because we cannot be dealing with the symptoms, but we leave the root cause to remain unattended to. It is like having a serious hemorrhage, and then the only thing you go to tell a doctor is that you have a headache and therefore they need to give you Panadol or Maramoja, because definitely that will solve your headache. But the hemorrhage, so we have to come to the terms that our country has been on the wrong pedal. And so we must apply the right gears for this country to grow. There is a way in which things must move in a certain direction. And it matters not who becomes president. It matters not who occupies what position. As much as that system still remains, I can tell you Kenyans, we will be here in the next election. We will be here in 2032. And until we change the system, we change that invisible system, we will be here talking about the same problems without solutions. So we have to start taking matters serious. We have to start thinking about what is good for this country and stop putting our hopes in a person. We must put our hopes in the character of our nation, in the values of our nation, in the tenets of our nation. That is the genius of Kenya. And without applying the genius of Kenya, we will be playing possum to the real issues that are affecting Kenyans in general. Because it is ludicrous. It is unimaginable that we can still speak about the same issues for over 30 years. It is unimaginable. It is beyond contemplation. We cannot. We have to rise up and change our mindset and evolve our minds if we want to see any meaningful change in the way we run our country. The leaders we have are a function, are a reflection of the character of our society. They are the mirror of we as the people. They reflect who we really are because they are from us and they are part of us and we are part of them. We must change our social morals. We must change our values because that and therein lies the problem. We must focus and put real focus into issues that seeks to bring this country back on course, to realize its full potential, to realize its full economic performance. But until we change, I repeat, until we change, we will be here years and years to come. And that is the truth. Thank you very much. That is my take. Let us keep subscribing. Let us keep learning. Let us keep listening. Let us keep giving ideas because we are the people and we are the one to determine the kind of leaders we want and the kind of a country we want and the kind of values we behold to our children and our children's children for the future of this country. Thank you very much.